All right, we are live. Hey, what's up, world? This is Anthony Chancemuth from Authentic Marketer, and it's been a while since I've been on LinkedIn Live, so I'm excited to be back. I think it's been over a year since I've been really active on LinkedIn. I won't go through the whole story, but we're back, and today I'm going to kick off the first of a series of ongoing LinkedIn lives or live streams where I'm sharing things that I'm working on, projects I'm working on, the tools that I'm utilizing and playing around with. Excuse me, I'm just recovering from a week of a cold, and so I've still got this niggling cough, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, if you are someone that wants to learn more about marketing your business authentically and in a way that is ethical for you and your clients and your prospective clients, then this is the place to be. If you're not already connected with me or following me, please hit follow or send me a connect request and let me know what you're up to. And in this session, we're going to start off with a really popular tool at the moment, one that's gone wild in the last month or so, really since before Christmas. And I'm talking about chatgpt. So let me just, excuse me, share my screen here. Okay, so if you're not aware of the tool, it's basically an AI, artificial intelligence chatbot, and created by OpenAI, and it's been estimated that it has reached 100 million active users in January. I think it reached like 1 million users in 5 days or something, which is just insane, the amount of growth that this tool has had, to the point where it's become a bit ridiculous, hasn't it? If you've tried using it, you would know that it's getting, excuse me, these error messages and whatnot. And when you're trying to log in, you're being told that the server is at capacity and there's a lot of downtime going on. So the latest update literally released this morning or last night, depending on where you are, is that they are introducing chatgpt plus, okay, which is it's a pilot subscription plan for chatgpt, and it's basically going to be, from what I hear, it's not showing the price point here, but I was reading somewhere that, here it is. Okay, the subscription plan will be available for $20 per month. Excuse me, and subscribers will receive a number of benefits: general access to ChatGPT even during peak times, faster response times, yay, and priority access to new features and improvements. They're rolling it out in the US first, and they'll begin with people that are on the wait list. So if you are sick of the downtimes and the slow responses because of just how smashed their servers are right now, then make sure you sign up for the wait list, and then you'll be one of the first to get invited to ChatGPT Plus for $20 per month, right? And I think at that price point, that's a real steal, considering the capability of what this tool can do and help you with. Now, let's just preface this conversation by saying that it's not a solution that will solve all your marketing problems. It's not going to write everything for you, right? You still need humans involved along in the process. And certainly, I'm going to show you with my demonstration in a second how this all works, okay? But there's a link here to the waitlist if you want to go sign up for that. I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. There, if you want to go and head over there and sign up for that. Okay, so let's now talk about the actual tool. Let me do a quick refresh. All right, we're in. No error messages right now, which is really awesome. Okay, and let's go through how do we actually utilize this as excuse me, as your marketing coach, right? So imagine that, or consultant. Okay, now I am a marketing strategist and marketing consultant, so and marketing coach, and I work with services businesses to really level up their marketing, to come up with strategies on how best to utilize different channels and content and whatnot. So I specialize in that kind of work and have been doing it for over a decade now. So to see this tool be a little bit of a support, I think of it like I'm calling it a marketing coach. It's more like a marketing assistant to me, and I would encourage you to think of it in that way, right? So let's look at. I'm going to take you through a process if you wanted to, play around with this. So the first thing is when you log into the platform, I always encourage you to start off with a new chat, right? Because what that will enable you to do is to have these, as you can see on the left here, you can see these different chat. We'll call them chats, but I think of them as different sessions where you're utilizing the bot, the chatbot, for specific things, right? So I've got it as a blog post assistant here. I've got a social media assistant where I'm using it when I'm using it to brainstorm ideas around social media and how to use it in that way. I've got a blog post assistant where I've got it helping me, think out and craft blog posts and articles and these sort of things. I've got marketing coach. I've got I even got it as a calculator where it's like using it for mathematical calculations and whatnot. And I've got it as a podcast operations assistant, helping me to think through how to do my podcast outreach service better, right? So this is something that I'm playing with right now. So we're going to start off with a new chat. Okay, and now by default, if you type it in here, type a question in here, it's going to create a new chat anyway. Okay, but another benefit of having it having different chat sessions is you can go back into those chat sessions, and then whatever you do in there, it's going to use everything you've done before previously as context. Okay, and so you can continue the conversation like you would with a normal chat that you have with a friend on a Messenger app or on WhatsApp or whatever it may be. You can actually go through the thread and say, oh, this is what we talked about before, and the AI will be able to read that stuff and then build, which is really useful when you see what we can do. Okay, so let's start off with an idea here. Let's say that you're planning a new, you've got a new business, or maybe it's an existing business, but I'll use for this example the use case of a new business, and we're going to start off with framing to the chatbot how you want it to operate for you, right? So you can say something like, I'd like you to be my marketing coach, help me with planning my marketing. Okay, something like that, right? So that just gives context to the bot as to what it is that you want it to be in this instance, right? And then you can then say, okay, let's give it some context, all right? It's always the most effective prompts that you can give to the tool, the ones where there is a difference between terrible prompts, so okay prompts, and then great prompts, right? A terrible prompt is very general. So you can just say, what are 5 ways to market a business? That's very prompt, very general, right? But then you could go into a better one, say, well, what are 5 ways you can market an e-commerce business, right? Or an accounting business, or a legal business, right? That's a good prompt because you've got a bit more context. A great prompt would give even more detail and you're going to be more specific about who you support, who you service specifically, what specific challenges they might have, or region you operate in. A bit more context, right? So I'm going to start off with saying my startup provides support to digital agencies. Let's say virtual CFO support to digital agencies that are scaling uh, beyond from say 7 figures to 8 figures, right? Um, uh, and then you could say, okay, digital agencies are scaling from 7 figures. Okay, what are some potential target audiences for? I mean, you could even, let's just take out digital agencies for now. I'm just going to say provide social service support to help agencies to scale. Okay, what are potential target audiences? Oh no, we have the dreaded error messages. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly refresh this. This is why I want to get on ChatGPT Plus, because you get these silly messages. Okay, so let's go. You can do a quick refresh. Let's put in that prompt. And you can see, right? So now it's giving us, okay, here's some potential target audiences for your virtual CFO support service. Okay. And it's already naming this chat marketing coach for CFO or something. I don't know what it's saying there for CFO. Okay. Let's say VCFO, right? Okay, these are some really interesting suggestions. Ad agencies, digital marketing, PR, marketing consultancies, freelance marketers, small to medium-sized businesses in need of CFO support, financial managers or directly looking to support budget forecasting, etc., 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 etc. It's essential to research and validate target audience to ensure you're targeting the right people with your market efforts. Okay, so that already is giving us some idea of potential target audiences. Okay, now. That's a good starting point. Now what we can do is we can ask, okay, well, what are some different ways to position this business to differentiate from the many these virtual CFO firms out there? Okay, so now we're going to ask our marketing coach to actually help us with positioning. Okay, and what it's coming back with are some really interesting ideas like specialization. Well, you can focus on a specific industry or niche such as tech startups, e-commerce, or social media agencies, right? So if you could become known, assuming that you're running a CFO service, you could be known as the CFO for scaling social media agencies. Okay, and if you become the known person or go-to for that particular niche, then that's a really nice way to position yourself, right? You can also, it's suggesting a unique approach. Maybe there's something that is more hands-on or data-driven, and that's your unique IP. That's what you do differently. Maybe you're developing your own technology, which is number 3, right? Or you're leveraging technology to offer more efficient services. And this is something that I've seen working with an e-commerce accounting firm, and could be Ninjas. Something that we focused on is being not becoming known for zero bookkeeping and using zero as a specific platform and being a leader in that space, and that worked really well. And then now they just recently launched in the past month a QuickBooks Online version, or the ability to support clients using QBO. Okay, number 4, customer service. Okay, number 5, expertise. Highlight the expertise of your team, such as certifications, years of experience, successful case studies. And if you know anything about me, I'm a big fan of case studies. I've got a whole guide on how to craft compelling case studies on theauthenticmarketer.com on our blog and on our website, and I've done a ton of podcasts and whatnot on this particular topic specifically, because in the services industry, it's all about trust and trust marketing and establishing that credibility. Case studies are the way to go, right? If you want more information about that, just drop case studies in the chat, and I'll be able to send the link over to you. Okay. Number 6, value proposition. Okay, and this is a standard thing that a marketing consultant or coach would tell you, is you need to clearly communicate what benefits and value that your service provides. And here it's giving you some ideas: cost savings, improved financial insight, faster growth. In a consulting session, I would dig further into that and look into more. A lot of CFOs will say this. Okay, so what is it that you do specifically that is quite unique to your operation, how you deliver the service, and we would work out how to really narrow in on that. Okay, but this gives us a starting point, so this is a good place to begin, right? Okay, so we've got our differentiation or positioning. Okay, now what if we asked ChatGPT to give us a SWOT analysis? Okay, so a SWOT analysis is basically identifying strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the market. Okay, and here it is. It's basically looking at here are some strengths that you could identify: expertise and experience of the firm or the team, ability to offer cost-effective solutions compared to hiring a full-time CFO, use of technology to deliver and streamline automation or automate financial processes, ability to provide real-time financial insights, flexibility to serve clients, different time zones, etc. Weaknesses, okay, dependence on technology, which may have limitations in terms of reliability and cybersecurity, potential competition from established virtual CFO firms, lack of in-person interaction with clients, which may be a concern for businesses. So that's a weakness. You can, any of these weaknesses, you can look and say, okay, well, how do we, address those weaknesses, right? Or potential weaknesses, okay? Potential difficulty in building trust and credibility with clients, especially in the beginning. That's pretty standard for any new enterprise, new business. But as I just mentioned, if you really narrow in on the case studies and getting those solid case studies in your portfolio, then that really helps to go a long way. Opportunities, okay, growing demand for cost-effective and efficient financial management solutions, and that's not going to change anytime soon. Expansion into new geographic markets or industries, opportunity to partner with other related service providers such as accounting firms or financial consultants. I really like this one. I would add to that, as a CFO service, you could partner with someone like me, a marketing consultant that works with, agencies as well, right? So that's, or you can partner with some of the tools and platforms that you use to deliver your service or to run your business, right? They can become great partners if you know that your clientele also utilize those tools. Then you have threats, economic downturn or recession, emergence of new competitors, technology advancements, changes in laws, etc. So here's like a really, in 2 seconds, a SWOT analysis for this particular type of business. And of course, you would, not just leave it here. You would actually go and dig into this further and really use what to expand on that or to tweak it. Okay, that's a really interesting way to identify what are your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay, now that we're here, we can then say, okay, ChatGPT or our ChatGPT coach, right? What's a good way to what's a good go-to-market strategy for this business? Okay, and this is really how are we going to get out there and into the market, right? What is our marketing and promotion strategy? And now it's actually mapping out, here are things that you need to be doing, right? Defining your target audience, developing a value proposition, conducting market research. Do not skip step 3. You want to gather information about your target audience, competition, overall market, etc. Choose your channels, create a brand strategy, launch and test, and scale and grow. Okay. Now this is a good roadmap, right? If you didn't have a roadmap for how you're going to launch your business, or if you've got a new service coming along or a new product, this is a pretty neat roadmap that you could follow. Obviously, each one of these steps involves sub-steps and multiple actions beneath that. And that's the kind of work that I do with my clients when we actually map out their go-to-market strategy and their marketing strategy, right? So, but this actually is already giving you some ideas. Okay, here are the things you might want to be looking at, and that's really helpful. Okay, now we're going to say, okay, we've got some ideas around a go-to-market strategy or how to develop one. Okay, now let's ask our ChatGPT marketing coach, if I were going to run ads for this business, what type of sites and channels should I target? All right. Okay, now it's giving us some recommendations. If to reach your target audience with advertising for your virtual CFO support service, you could consider the following channels and sites. Professional networks. Consider advertising on LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network, to reach financial managers, business owners, and other decision makers. You can run LinkedIn ads, right? Industry-specific websites. You can advertise on websites that cater to your target industries, such as tech startups, e-com, or whatever, or marketing agencies. Search engines. You can run Google Ads or Google AdWords. Online business publications. Okay, you could advertise in popular publications such as Forbes, Entrepreneur. I checked the accuracy on that. I'm not sure if you can actually do that. I believe you can, but this is another point I want to make about ChatGPT. Even though it's saying something and it sounds good, you always want to fact check that that's accurate. Okay, and then we're going to talk about this in my upcoming training next week, where I'm hosting a mini workshop on I'm hosting a mini workshop on February 9, where I'm going to show people how to actually utilize ChatGPT to plan and write high-value articles and blog posts, and also social media posts. So if that's something that you want to learn, definitely come along, and we will run through that together. But one of the key things that I talk about in that session will be that you need to fact check anything or any claims that is coming from the AI. Okay, any tool, whether it's ChatGPT, Jasper, Surfer, any tools that are out there. You just want to be careful with, if you're using it to write content, that it's giving you factual data, and in most cases it doesn't. So therefore, you have to find the right sources and things like that. Let me just, okay, we're going to do, all right, just coming back here. I'm just going to drop that link in the chat for anyone who wants to come along to the workshop. Here we go. We've got already 7 different suggestions or ideas as to how you could target how you could approach or reach your target audience with advertising for this particular service. Okay, so let's recap what we've done. We're hitting sort of getting to the 30-minute mark here, and we're going to wrap up now. But we started off with, hey, I'd like you to be my marketing coach to help me plan my marketing. You provided some context as to what type of business you have or service you provide, and who you want to provide it to, and then you're asking the bot what potential target audiences are there, okay, for this business. You give us some suggestions, and then we moved on to what's a different way to position this business, right? So we've got who we might want to serve. Now we're talking about how to position a business. We asked ChatGPT that question. How do we differentiate our business from others? And it gave us 6 different ways that we can do that, which is pretty cool. Then we asked to do a SWOT analysis, right? Can you write a SWOT analysis for this business? And it did just that, right? It gave us strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay, and so it's really now it's up to you. Like, it's feeding you all this information back, but you have to discern what's relevant and what's not. Okay, but at the same time, it gives us a good starting point, right? To really craft a marketing strategy and think about our marketing. And then we asked it, what's a good go-to market strategy for this business? And it gave us 7 steps to actually mapping out a marketing plan. And this is quite similar to I do a couple of things differently when I'm consulting one-on-one with my marketing strategy clients. We spend literally 2 sessions, or around 90 minutes each, where we map this out, sometimes longer, but definitely dive into a lot of these things. Okay, and then we asked, okay, now that we have all that information, we've got a plan on how we're going to sort of market. What about running ads? How can we, we're going to allocate some ad spend to this. How would I run ads for this business? What type of sites and channels should I target? And he gave us 7 recommendations on types of sites and channels. So you can see how useful this can be as sort of a proxy marketing coach or consultant. I would still recommend, if you have this, work through it. If you're definitely that's where your focus is at, is how do I optimize my marketing, whatever. And certainly this is not to replace the value of working with a marketing consultant or coach such as myself, or someone else that you trust, who has a lot of experience in the industry. That's the thing that's missing from this conversation with ChatGPT, is it has no real world experience with running these businesses and marketing these businesses and that kind of thing. So it won't be able to speak from experience and give you specific case studies and give you show you proof of work and what experiments that it's run with real businesses. Okay, so that's the gap that's missing here, and that's where those type of insights are invaluable, right? So there we are. That's how we just quickly how we used ChatGPT as our marketing coach. Now let me just share with you my upcoming webinar, or it's a mini workshop we're going to run. We're going to do a 60-minute session on turning ChatGPT into a marketing coach. So we'll expand on where we left off here, but also more importantly, we're going to focus on blog writing, right? And how you actually use it to streamline your content creation process, increase your productivity while using the tool. We'll talk about both blog writing and social media management, similar to what I'm today. I'll walk you through the actual process, right? And we'll do it on the screen together. You'll have it up on your screen. I'll have it up on mine, and you will do it live. And so, you actually, it's not a session where I'm just speaking to you. It's actually where participants are doing the thing as well. And they're applying it to their own businesses, right? You have practical tips and best practices using the tool effectively. So you're not wasting a lot of time. So I see a lot of people saying, oh, I'm trying these things, but it's not really working out. Because a lot of it comes down to how effective your prompts are. And if you're not using great prompts, you're going to find a lot of reworking and things like this, and it just ends up eating time, and you probably get frustrated, right? And then, it's going to be open Q&A, so you can ask me questions as we go, specific to what you're doing and how you want to use the tool. The mini workshops for entrepreneurs and marketers, small business owners, and it's this is I wanted to make it very entry level, affordable here. 2 options. Option A, $20 USD with 10 session live, and then $47 USD if you want the recording as well. So there you go. Okay, so let me just give you the link here if you want to come along. It's had it on the screen. Okay, yep, ChatGPT mini workshop. It's theauthenticmarketer.com/ChatGPT workshop. I will also, I've dropped the link in the chat or in the comments already, so you can just click on that and head over there if you want to book in for the session happening next week, February 9. And I invite you to come along and spend some time learning ChatGPT and have someone to guide you through it as well. Okay, thank you for joining today. Let me know what you thought of this session. If you have any questions and if you have anything else that you want to learn in relation to this tool or anything else around your marketing, I'm happy to support you and also create. I'm looking for ideas for upcoming live sessions that I'm going to do as well. So if there's anything that's on your mind, question that you have, please drop it in the chat, in the comments, and then I'll that may be the topic I'm going to use for an upcoming session. Thank you again, and if you're not already following me, please follow, and we'll see each other real soon.